You should just like take a screenshot like that because you look cool.
I look cool?
You do look cool.
All right. Looking cool.
Привет.
Bonjour.
Welcome to the Morning Brew with Vienna Whyte. I lost my mug. I don't know what happened to it.
Well, at least you still have an M.
Exactly. And if you flip it upside down, it's a W and there's a V right there. And then I tried.
So same thing, right? Same thing.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah,
same
exactly.
thing, different mug.
You can't see on the inside though. On the inside here, it says, I don't want to do this without tipping my coffee, but
I can kind of
it says
see it.
mind blowing is what it says on the inside.
Ooh.
Got it for my birthday back when I was,
Back when you're able to go outside.
yeah, I think it was like my 23rd birthday. I
Oh,
think.
nice.
Got it from Mallory.
Oh, cute. Very
I like
cute.
mugs. If I could have a million mugs, I would have a million mugs.
Yeah, there's always like it's always good to, like, I always love a good mug.
Yeah, it's like, it's gotten to the point where I think I'm addicted to getting mugs because like everywhere I go, I will try to get a mug from every place I go.
Yeah.
I need like a shelf for all my mugs. Like this
Display
stuff
case.
needs to go and I just need to have a shelf of mugs.
That'd be kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, I would be.
I would be down for that.
I think so. Mm-hmm.
So today's topic is Easter traditions you did or do or have. Now, I don't think I'll have a lot to say about this topic, so this might be all humors.
Well, do you usually do anything for Easter? Like, what's your understanding of like what Easter is? Because I know that you were raised similarly to myself.
Yeah, well, I am a Catholic, was. I don't really know. I don't really go to church as much anymore. Well, we'll say I am. I work at a Catholic school, so I should just say I am. Yeah, my family, like, typically we have an Easter Monday dinner, but even then it's never really consistent. Like, it's just what, like, if my mom suggests it and we're all like free, then we'll do it. But it's never like, you know how Christmas you have to have a dinner, and like Thanksgiving you have to have some sort of feast or whatever. We always do, but I find with Easter it's a little bit more laxed, you know. And when I was going to church quite frequently, they would have like the Easter celebrations and stuff, so that we kind of participated in. And I know with a lot of like the schools I work in, they talk about Easter quite a bit, so in that sense I get to hear a lot about Easter. But you know, I never really had like the painting eggs as much. I think maybe when I was younger we did that. But there is always usually an Easter hunt to some extent.
Yeah.
Which is always fun. Like, I think even as we got older, my mom would still buy like 3 or 4 like of those bigger like Lindor Easter eggs rather than the tiny ones, and she would just put like 3 or 4 around the house even though we were like 16, 17 at the time. So, but I appreciated it because I like chocolate, so it was great.
Man, I guess like coming from a Ukrainian background, like we definitely spend a lot more time on Easter. Like Easter is almost up there with like Christmas in terms of like importance.
Yeah.
So like I am, or at least in Ukrainian Orthodox is what I am. I found out I was Orthodox. I thought I was Catholic for most of my childhood because I went to a Catholic school, and me and my brother both thought we were Catholic. And my mom was
That's funny.
"No, you're Orthodox," and we were like, "What?" But really, it's like the only difference is like who you worship. Do you worship God or do you worship Jesus? Because that's basically the difference. Anyway.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Basically, that's a very generalized term. I'm sure there's a lot of people who could go into a little bit more detail, but anyway, that's not the point of my story. So, you know, in the Ukrainian tradition, we go to church on Easter. We, you know, have mass. You sing all the songs, you know, about Jesus coming back to life and all that jazz. And you have, you know, you kind of sit down for dinner and all that stuff. But one of the specific traditions that I remember, and we like sing songs about it, where you put together a basket. So you have to like get a basket and you put all this traditional stuff in it. So you put in like kubasa, you put in paska, babka. In Ukrainian, it's paska, babka, sheri, maslo, shinka, chlib I kovbasa.
You do not know how many times I heard that song in the span of a month with grade 1 kids. Oh my gosh. And they'd all scream it. They'd be like, popka, popka. Just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, that song slaps, man. You got to sing it out loud.
Slaps, it does.
Oh yeah, it totally slaps. There's also like the Ukrainian Christmas carols also slap. Slava Vishnik. Anyway,
sound very intense.
So yeah, it's so we put all that stuff and then you take it to church. You have to put a candle in it. You take it to church to get blessed, and then once it's blessed, then you can eat it. So every year my grandfather always asks us to come with him to church to like so he can get his basket blessed, and I don't really do that tradition anymore. But yeah, it's pretty cool, and then we like sit down and have our meal together as a family. And then in my household with like my parents, my brothers and my sister, my parents used to do the Easter egg hunt. So like they went full out. Like my parents, because there's 4 of us, so they're like, okay, we need to make sure they all get enough. So like let's hide a bunch. So like they would take like those little like foil wrapped like solid eggs, and they were just like everywhere. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Like I remember waking up on Easter morning and I was like almost more excited than Christmas because I was like, I get to go look for chocolate. And it was so much fun. And like my parents got us these little like loot bags for Easter, and I remember I used to go to Sunday school, so we would do lots of like Easter bunny coloring in Sunday school, and it was that was one of my favorite traditions. As we grew up, me and my brother, we convinced my mom to do this adult Easter egg hunt. So it was me, my older brothers, and my sister-in-law. My parents. My mom is so great. Like she's wonderful. She's a wonderful human being. She and my dad put together these loot bags, and they hid them all around the house, but they each had our names on them. So we would if we found somebody else's, we would try to like hide it. This was like a couple of years ago. I think this was like last year or the year before. No, this was last year. And so my mom had, I think everybody had 2 beer cans that they had to find, 2 or 3 beer cans of like Coors Banquet. You had like a bag of mini eggs, a bag of other chocolates, and then another bag of like cookies or something. And there was a bag of goldfish too that we all had to like run around looking in the house for. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun.
I know, you don't realize how much fun it is to be going a scavenger hunt until you don't do them anymore, and you're like, wow, I really miss doing that.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. It's like super, super fun. And the other thing that I was actually talking to my brother about yesterday was, I was like, man, I really want to make some like paska and babka, just because like, I mean, I don't exactly have a lot of free time right now. It's actually less than before, but if I had time, I wanted to make some paska and babka just to like send to my friends as being like,
cute.
Happy Easter. So if you guys receive a paska on your front doorstep,
so excited.
I want to like custom make it so it's like the shape, whatever we call it, like the Yeg Music household or whatever. I don't know.
That'd be so cute. I would love that. Well, and you know what's interesting is usually Easter, I mean, this one falls on this weekend. Yeah, this upcoming weekend. Yeah, it's
time is not a thing anymore. So
I know. It's Good Friday this Friday, and then Monday's Easter Monday. Yeah. But I've had a few times where Easter has fallen on my birthday, which was very interesting because either I would get like an extra day off school, or when I was younger, or I would celebrate like Easter on my birthday, which was kind of interesting. Like, not really a bad day to have a birthday because you just get more chocolate and presents, and you do an Easter hunt, which is pretty sweet. So, I mean, you can't really complain.
Very true.
But it does make it a bit harder. Like, I know this time of year, because my birthday's in how many days?
I thought you forgot your birthday for a second.
No, I'm just trying to.
How old am I?
20 minus 8. Wow. 12 days. There we go. Okay. Wow. Slow brain today.
Math is hard.
Okay, I'm awake now. So it's always an interesting time because this is kind of, I know like when I grew up, this is like now the time where kids have exams, like in university a lot. They're just finishing their school year. Everyone's like super stressed out because they have like their final exams and everything. So it's always been an interesting time to have like a birthday around because there's always something kind of going on. But I'm sure with any other birthdays, like in May, in December, there's always stuff going on at some point anyways, but I always found it interesting.
You should do your own Easter egg hunt at home.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Gotta go out and get chocolate first. Like, this is an essential buy. I need it. I
You
need
have
it
to tell
now.
them being like, I need this because mental health and also because I can't know where the chocolates are hitting because it's my birthday, so everybody has to have chocolates for me. But then you have to like keep Lily and Marshall in one room.
Yeah,
They don't
honestly.
find them.
Yeah. Well, Chris actually did it for me one year when we had the dogs, and he just did it for fun. But he put them all in like high places for the dogs couldn't really reach. So like it was like on top of my piano and in corners they can't reach. So it's possible to do with dogs, but just
Oh
takes a
my
little bit more
God,
planning.
you should dress them up as Easter bunnies. That'd be
I
so
actually have
cute.
I have Easter bunny ears. Easter bunny ears. I have bunny ears. Wow. But I'd have to find something for Marshall. Put them in cute little. I have like so many bow ties for them. It's ridiculous.
Oh my gosh. Okay, you should see if you can dress Lily up as the Easter bunny and then dress Marshall
Yeah.
up as like a little chick.
Oh,
It'd be so cute.
you'd be the
Just
ugliest
like
chick ever.
you'd be like the ugly duckling.
Yeah, that'd be so cute. Aw, now I
Marshall.
have something to do.
I love dogs dressed up as things. I know some
Me
people think
too.
it's weird, but I think it's adorable.
I don't think it's weird. I mean, I know the dogs never really enjoy it, but if it's only for like 5 minutes and you take a photo, it's worth it.
Well, for the most part, they
Definitely.
don't really care. Well, at least in my experience, like Dexter doesn't really care if you dress him up as anything. He
If
just like he
anything.
just takes it. He's just like, yeah, okay, cool. This is my life now.
Oh, that's good.
Oh
He's
yeah, he
uh
loves it.
he's complacent. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, especially during Christmas, he has this really adorable Christmas sweater that we put.
Mm.
Actually, I wonder if I still have it around. No, I don't have it around, but yeah, he does. He has this really adorable little Christmas sweater. It's like an ugly
Aw.
sweater, and because his hair is just kind of super long, it just like sticks out, so he looks
Yeah.
really fat, and it looks like he's muffin topping out of it. It's adorable.
Nothing to That's so funny. I love
Very
that.
cute boy. Very cute boy.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, you
Wow.
totally should. You totally should
Yeah,
dress him up as
that'd be great. I'd be down for that.
an Easter
100%.
bunny.
100%. Yeah, totally.
Aw.
But yeah, I mean that's about all I have for Easter. Like I don't do too much else.
Well, we did talk about this back when we were doing our morning brews as live streams. This tradition of pissanke. We talked about that a
Yeah.
little while back. So it's very traditional for like the Easter in Ukrainian culture, at least, to draw pissanke. So basically, it's like you take an egg, you soak it in like vinegar water just to like make sure that when you touch it, when you put the dyes on it, it doesn't kind of get blotchy. Um, and yeah, you just kind of like sit around. It's a very time consuming tradition, very time consuming task. But it's really great if you have nothing to do. And you just want to get a little bit creative and you need to like focus your brain on something. So you take like a little egg and then you make your stencil, and then you have this little thing called a kiska, which is basically like a wooden stick with like a metal nose, and then there's like a little hole in the back to put wax. So then you like I was gonna say you turn on a candle, you light a candle, you don't turn on a candle, you light a candle. um, and then you heat up the kiska, you put some wax in, and then the wax kind of melts through the little needle hole. And then that's how you kind of put the wax on your egg. So the idea is that every time you put wax on a certain section, that's the color that you want to keep before you put it into the dye. So if you start with a white egg, so you do all the white colors and then you put it in like the yellow dye, and then you
Right.
leave it there for like 5-10 minutes, and you take it out,
Mm-hmm.
and then you do the yellow stuff, and then you like do the red stuff, and then like the colors get darker and darker until you finish in black. And then afterwards your egg is like covered in like wax, and it's like really 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 gross, but then you like hold it up to the candle, you melt off the wax, you wipe it off with a paper towel, and it's like
Wow.
all wax, and then this like beautiful color just like comes through. It's really pretty.
And where does the wax go when you light it with the candle? Like, does it just drip into the candle, if you will?
No. So you melt the wax on the egg, and then you wipe it off with a paper towel.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, or like a napkin or something.
Actually, I was gonna say, because you have it behind your head, did you want to show us
Oh,
those
yeah.
eggs? Yeah, to the
Yeah, I
camera,
do.
so they
I
can
also
see
have
it.
the ones, I can show you the one that I actually did was it a couple weeks ago or a week and a half ago?
Yeah.
Give me a second.
Weeks. Yeah, no worries. So these eggs are very, very cool. And Marissa was starting to do some of the eggs on our live stream, and she was taking us through like the step-by-step of kind of how she does it. And it's really cool. It looks way complicated if you don't know how to do it. Like, I think I would just struggle with it. But I mean, I also don't have a very artistic hand, but Marissa's got a little bit more of an artistic hand than I do, so it makes sense. Cool. So
Back.
see. Cool.
Hi. Okay, so this is like, I feel like I'm doing show and tell right now. Okay, so this is a kiska. This one is very burnt because, as you can tell, and I feel like I'm doing makeup. So that's a kiska. It's very burnt. You can see, guys, because you put it directly over the flame. So that's where the wax goes in this little section here, and then the wax comes out the bottom there. And that's kind of how you use to draw. It's very hard because it's like normally with a pencil you draw this way, but then this you have to draw like this way. It's really hard. And then sometimes you get big blotchy things. So these are the eggs that we kind of just like have them on display if you have like a really good one. So these ones, if you can see them, for anybody who's just listening and is curious as to like what I'm showing here. So these are some pissenlit. So the plural is pissenlit, the singular is pissenlit. So these pissenlit are like very detailed, almost like embroidery style colors, and they're kind of like orange, red, yellow, that kind of color. So it's like very geometrical style. A lot of the time we have wheat is a very common thing to put on a pissenlit, just because Ukraine is like the bread basket of Europe. So that's wheat, and you know, lots of farmers on the fields in the rich soil and whatnot.
I love how it's in this like fancy frame. It's got like the bedded cushion to support the eggs. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, it's they're very, very delicate, because afterwards when you're done, like, you don't want to leave the yolks inside. So usually what at least my dad does for me, because I can't do it, was you have to drain the egg. So you take this like little syringe style like needle, and you very gently poke a hole in the bottom, and then you like suck the yolk out.
Ooh.
And it's
surgical.
there have been some casualties. We've lost a few good eggs that way. Yeah, it was really sad. And my mom actually sent me, I wonder if I can actually find it. Maybe I'll post it on our Instagram, actually, like tonight or tomorrow, wherever.
Yeah.
I'll post my Ariel egg. My mom found my Ariel egg.
That's awesome.
I literally drew Ariel on a pissenlit. That was, I don't think I've ever worked harder on an egg. I drew Ariel.
Entire life.
Which is not a traditional thing that you do.
Yeah.
But I'll show you some of the eggs that my brother and I were working on this last little while. So this egg was one that my brother did. It's still full of yolk and stuff, but it's not cracked, so you can't really smell anything. So that's my, I don't know if you can see if it's in focus. Oh, come on. Do it in focus. Focus. Well, I guess that's about as good as you're going to get to see this egg. I don't know if that'll focus. It's not going to focus. It's being weird. Oh, there you go. Okay, so as you can tell, you missed a couple spots, but there's a lot of white in like solid areas. It's really hard to cover solid areas in all wax. Like, you're always going to miss a little bit unless you're like super, super thorough and you lay the wax on really, really thick. But yeah, he tried to put some like diamond shapes on there, some like dots, some patterns going up and down. Like this one, he kind of followed, like a little, I guess, like paper tutorial. Like it was like on this little sheet of like, hey, here's how to do this egg. So yeah, that one was a little bit tricky for him.
It looks like a little punk egg, little punk emo egg.
Oh, totally. Little punk emo egg. And then this is the one that I did. I tried something a little bit different. Like I like to do stars on my eggs. So this is, if this will focus, gonna focus, focus. Well, okay, well that's my egg, if you can tell. So I kind of like started with a star. There we go. Started with a star. This one I kind of burnt my egg a little bit. You can see the smokiness. And then I messed up and I dropped some wax like on the side there. So I was just like, okay, I'm going to turn it into a pattern. So now that is a pattern on my eggs. And I put in some like X's and like lines were really popular on pissenlit. Like it's just very easy to add lines and stuff. So I don't know, I just kind of like did this one a little bit freehand-ish, like near the end when I was adding all the details, like the dots and the lines. And I only did, as you can see, I only did yellow, orange, and red as my colors, and then you finish it on the black. So yeah, but I'm pretty proud of this. And you can tell I missed a couple of spots as well. But yeah, no, live and you learn.
Yeah, that's so cool. So talented.
It's just really fun. Like
who would have thought?
Yeah, well, it's one of those activities that you just kind of like, once you get into it, you just like feel calm and you're just like, yeah, it's like yoga. I don't know.
You're just nursing an egg.
Basically. And I don't know how much you actually cook it when you hold it over the flame, but
right. That's true. Actually, I never thought about that. That's interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, and if your egg is really, really good, you can varnish it, which those the pissenlit in the little frame on the little bed of I don't know, whatever that is, like white material. Those are all varnished. I don't actually know how you varnish the eggs. I'd have to ask my dad. He knows more about that stuff. But clearly those ones take a lot of time. I end up losing my patience after a while. So it's one of those things that I have to like keep coming back to the next day and the next day.
Yeah, taking your time with it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you didn't have a lot to do and you were able to get the necessary materials, I'm not actually sure where you can get kiske. This one is like the one that I have is very like more traditional. It's literally just a stick with some like copper wrapped around it.
Yeah.
And it's like just like hammered through the center because it's like hollow. But like I know you can get electric kiske where you don't actually have to use a flame. You can just like plug it in. So it's kind of like a hot glue gun style thing. So the wax goes in solid and it melts. But yeah, if you ever are able to get your hands on pissenlit materials, I definitely recommend it as a fun little activity that you can do with your family.
Yeah. And I feel like there's a way to, like, I know non-Ukrainian families, I've seen them do stuff with their eggs where they paint them. So there must be a way to kind of do it without that exact tool, but I can't remember off the top of my head what that would be, but I'm pretty sure there's ways you can do something a little bit similar, obviously not the same.
Yeah. And I mean, like we use beeswax, but I'm pretty sure you can use regular wax. I think the reason why we just use beeswax is just because it's like goes on really easy and you can see where you're putting it down. But yeah, I mean, I've never actually tried just dyeing the egg a normal color because I just feel like that's boring. But I know some people like with kids and stuff when they can't use the kiske, like my mom did this for my cousins where she just got them to use like crayons or markers or Sharpies. That works too. I mean, it doesn't have the same effect, but you could still get kind of a cool design if you used a Sharpie on a egg. I'd be very interested to actually see what that would look like. That'd be really cool.
I wonder, yeah.
Okay, so Millie, I'm going to challenge you.
Yeah.
I need you to make your own own pissenlit with Sharpies.
Oh, I could try it.
Please do.
See what happens. Oh, I don't know. I have no artistic ability.
Make like a Vienna Whyte pissenlit.
That's a good idea. And I'll just do the logo and everything.
I think that would be amazing, and I would love to see it.
Yeah, it can be like our mascot we take to shows.
Our mascot,
a little frame, in that little like frame bed you have, and it's
with like a really like beautiful like silk bed that it sits in, and it's like
exactly, that would be amazing.
Like we bring it out, and it's like the recorder version of My Heart Will Go On.
we walk into our gig with it over our head, like da 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 da.
Oh my God, yes. I'll play the recorder if you hold it over your head. That'd be hilarious. Oh my God.
Just freak everybody out, but it'd be amazing. It'd be pretty hilarious.
And then everyone enters the Church of Vienna Whyte every gig.
Welcome to the Church of Vienna Whyte. That would be amazing.
Where music is our language and we worship the gods of rock.
Exactly.
Man, I want to watch School of Rock now. I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
Ooh, that's a good movie.
We should have like a Netflix party and watch School of Rock together.
Yeah, I wonder if it's on Netflix. Might not
I actually don't know. I'd have to watch. I have to check it out, but
yeah, it's a good question. Movie. All right, so I guess that's all the time we have today for our Easter topic. Good Friday will be tomorrow, technically. And yeah, so I guess, if we don't talk to you before then, have a great Easter weekend. I know we'll be back on Friday though, so.
Have a wonderful Easter weekend. We will see you guys tomorrow. And make your Easter eggs, make your bread, hide your chocolates, have a good time.
Hide your chocolate, hide your kids, hide your wife. Don't go outside. Wash your hands.
This has been a PSA from Vienna Whyte.
Yes, that's all we're saying. Okay. All right.
So if you like this video, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell button underneath if you want to get notified when we post these other videos. In the meantime, hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day and a wonderful rest of your weekend.
Bye.
Bye.